Perhaps the greatest unspoken rule of modern life is this: you are allowed to become almost anything, except fully yourself. In early childhood, something inside you still remembered who you were. Life felt natural, joyful, and unquestioned. You accepted yourself without comparison. Curiosity guided you. Intuition felt clear. You sensed who felt safe and who did not, without needing explanations. You explored the world with the devotion of a scientist discovering a new universe. You ran instead of walked, as if time itself mattered, as if there was so much to experience, so much to create. And then slowly, something changed. At some point, someone told you that you were doing something wrong, that you needed to behave differently, dress properly, sit still, follow instructions, listen to others more than to yourself. And in that moment, the bright inner world of a child quietly cracked. What once felt natural suddenly required correction. Self-trust was replaced with self-improvement. And the message became clear: someone else knows better who you should be. From then on, life often begins to feel like a system of evaluation. Approval becomes reward, disapproval becomes punishment. Gradually, many people learn to measure their worth by how well they fulfill expectations. Without noticing, they stop being the authors of their own lives. Yet something inside never fully disappears. The soul, or inner voice, continues to whisper. It reminds us of desires we postponed, dreams we dismissed, paths we avoided. But instead of listening, we often distract ourselves. Endless entertainment, other people's stories, comparisons, noise, anything that keeps us from facing our own unanswered questions. Modern culture constantly offers identities to copy. Follow this path, live like this person, want what everyone else wants. Repeat, adapt, fit in. But purpose cannot be copied. Each person carries a unique direction that cannot be discovered through imitation. Asking others to define your purpose often leads back into dependence, another version of living someone else's script. The answers begin to appear only when we reconnect with ourselves, when we allow ourselves to be different, unpolished, unformatted, imperfect. Children often show early signs of their natural inclinations, activities that energize them, fascinate them, make time disappear. Those clues rarely vanish. They simply become buried under expectations. A gentle question can reopen that connection. What gives me energy? What makes me feel alive? Why am I here? The answer may not come immediately, but sincere questions have a way of reshaping our attention, and gradually, life begins responding. As adults, many of our choices are influenced by trends, norms, and invisible social pressures. We often believe we are choosing freely, while quietly following collective patterns shaped by culture, media, and expectations. People imitate others partly because belonging feels safe. But safety is not the same as authenticity. At some point, many realize they were never meant to live as part of a crowd moving towards someone else's destination. Each person carries an inner strength that emerges only when they begin trusting their own direction. Finding your path requires permission. Permission to make mistakes, to explore, to change, to disappoint expectations that were never truly yours. To stop comparing, to stop competing, because in your genuine path, there are no competitors. Competition exists only where many people chase the same externally defined goal. Purpose unfolds differently, quietly, individually, uniquely. And when you begin walking your own path, something shifts. Energy returns. Motivation becomes natural. The potential you carried within you begins to unfold. Not through force, but through alignment. Perhaps purpose is not something you must invent, but something you remember. And maybe the journey is simply this: learning to listen again, not to the loudest voices outside, but to the quiet one within.